The reigning WA Greyhound of the Year, Miss Envy, is back in form, and so are many others, as we look at an incredible card of the WA Bred Championship this Saturday night. Hello, welcome to the Wednesday preview. I'm your host, Troy Ionic. No James Broadhurst again this week, so we're flying solo once again, but we've got plenty to talk about with this amazing WA Bred Championship series. Many of these greyhounds, though, coming off of the spring gift last week. Let's look at that race right now.
Set. Racing. Iconic Jet began quickly. Fast away was Timmy Tesla. Timmy Tesla goes across, is going to try and cross Iconic Jet, but he pushes up on the inside and holds it out momentarily. In third place was Our Aussie Salute, and then followed by Miss Envy. Trouble behind them. West on Sydney bump with Transcendent. Well back Wise Barra, Sunset Mirage. Off the back they go. Iconic Jet wouldn't give away the inside. Timmy Tesla's second. In behind them next of all was Our Aussie Salute as they swing with Miss Envy in the straight though. Iconic Jet 7 from 7 and wins the spring gift final.
Well, what a final that was. Iconic Jet, geez, just a superstar. But not in this WA Bred Championship heats this week coming. But we do have many of those greyhounds running. Miss Envy, Timmy Tesla, Our Aussie Salute, West on Sydney. It's a jam-packed card of racing with some real WA Bred talent on this program. So let's get straight into it. Let's look at the first heat, race 6 on Saturday night for the WA Bred Championship. And West on Sydney has drawn the red, Miss Envy in the 2, All About Stone in the 4, Maylada in the 5, Sunset Mirage in the 7, and Wise Barra in the 8. And well, Miss Envy, she's absolutely flying at the moment. She's back into brilliant form. Great run in the final with that spring gift, as we just saw. Did run second, but she was a terrific effort. Comes up against West on Sydney now, off the red, but we know that greyhound's not quick early, and she should just have plenty of room early to manoeuvre and land on the arm here. She looks very tough to beat, but we do have Maylada, this young greyhound who's on the rise for the Jamie Marsh kennels. It's in the 5. It's going to be a little bit of a squeeze box, but with only a 6-dog field, it should get a bit of room as well. It certainly looks well placed here. And Wise Barra, I don't think it'll mind the wide draw out in the pink, so that should suit it as well. Now, West on Sydney on the inside. We spoke about this greyhound many times, and what more can we say, really? Box manner's not great, capable of running on, but does need that clean running. I think in this situation, Miss Envy's just going to land on the arm. Maylada probably will come across and put a bit of pace on, but I think Miss Envy's going to be very tough to beat here. I think West on Sydney will be running on, and I no doubt I think he could take some ground if he gets the right run, even win it if he had the very good run. But I think Miss Envy looks a standout on this race, and I think she's almost back to her very best, which is exciting for WA Greyhound racing fans. So, Miss Envy on top for me in the first heat. All right, let's look at the second heat as we look at race 7 on the card on Saturday night for the WA Bred Championship. Another 6-dog field, and we've got West on Cole in the red, Linguini Manelli in the 2, West on Bernie in the 4, Bezecchi in the 5, Our Aussie Salute in the 7, and Timmy Tesla in the 8. Hasn't Timmy Tesla been absolutely going terrific of late? He just keeps producing in these races unbelievably. As I said the other week, bit of an underdog and at big prices, but just keeps finding a placing. He's going in terrific form. And another one who's in absolutely terrific form, Our Aussie Salute. This greyhound is absolutely flying. Another one for the Jamie Marsh kennel. This greyhound's been going super. Looks very well placed here, hard to tip against, and yep, as you guessed, going to be my on-top selection in this race. Has pace early, showing a bit of strength and running just superb races. So I can't tip against him, but there is some strong competition in this race. Let's start on the inside. Linguini Manelli dropping back from the 600 metres. This greyhound's beat La Sagrada 2 weeks in a row now over the 600, and he's just running in superb form. Is that going to reflect on the 500 metre trip? Not sure how that's going to place here. I think this is going to be a little more tricky for this greyhound, but it must still be considered here off its recent runs. Bezecchi, another greyhound we know really well, another greyhound that we know doesn't have the best box manners, and that's going to be the interesting factor here. Where does Bezecchi land in this heat? I think he's going to place reasonably well with a small field. I don't think he's going to get too far back, but it is going to be a bit of a tough run when you've got a greyhound like Aussie Salute in such great form. Bezecchi does return here from a break, so it's going to be interesting to see what it does. Does that mean the greyhound could be a little bit fresher and maybe jump and land on the arm? Not sure. But our Aussie Salute, for me, I just think this greyhound's in too good a form, small field. I think it can cross, I think it can lead, I think it wins, and I think we're going to see another brilliant race next week with some very, very talented chasers coming from these two heats into the WA Bred Championship final. It does really show how deep our quality of WA bred stock is in WA and how good our greyhounds really are, which is just exciting to see for the future. Right, that said, we're racing here tonight at Cannington as well. So, first race, 6:29 p.m, 12 races, free entry as always. And I think I've found one on the card. Race 8, number 2, Echoes of Dad. Now, this greyhound returned from a short spell last week, ran third in 30 and 28, but I was impressed with the run, and we know this greyhound's so consistent down at Cannington. I think from the 2 box tonight, he can get the job done, and I'm going to push it that way a little bit. I just want to be on that greyhound tonight in this race. I think it can improve even a little bit more off that run last week. So, race 8, number 2, Echoes of Dad. Well, that's it for a big week of chasing in greyhounds WA. Plenty of happening, like we said, the WA Bred Championship coming off the spring gift. Incredible fields, incredible racing, some incredible talent and smart chasers we're seeing go around. So if you can't get down and watch all that action on the Friday or Saturday night over the weekend, tune in next week for the Wednesday preview.